Okay, here is Rubank Elementary Method for the saxophone, lesson 2. There's a few new things we need for this page. One is 2 new notes. We need an F, which is fingered just like G, plus the next finger down. Okay, and it looks like that. And then we also need an E, which is there. One more finger, one more note down, and it looks like that. Okay, we also have some new rhythms. We have half notes and half rests. Half notes will have a stem attached to them, and sometimes the stem will go up, sometimes the stem will go down, and the dividing line is on the B line, the middle line. On the middle line and above, the stem will go up, and on the second space and lower, the stem will go down. And then the half rest kind of looks like a whole rest. Try not to get confused by that. The half rest always sits on top of a line, as where the whole rest hangs down from a line, and you can see the difference there. Now, let's talk about the other thing, the difficult thing, articulation. We want to use the tongue to separate the notes, but we do not want to use the air to separate the notes. So this is the hard part. I'm going to use the first 4 notes of exercise number 1 as an example. Since we have 3 notes in a row that are all the same note, we want to use the tongue to separate them. Here's what that's going to sound like. Okay, so the tongue just sneaks in, taps the tip of the reed, and it's really more like up into the reed, and not like straight onto the tip. It's a concept that is difficult for beginners, and I understand that, but it's never really too early to start. If you're still having trouble with just maintaining a good sound or a solid airstream, then don't worry about the articulation. There will be more opportunities to do that. The sound is more important, the airstream is more important. Once the airstream is solid and you really want to get into it, start working on articulations. Be gentle with the tongue. Don't thwack the reed. We don't want that. If you're having a hard time and you're really trying to work on it, here's how I suggest practicing that. I'm going to use the first 4 notes of exercise number 1 again, but this time I'm just going to blow. I'm going to pretend like I'm articulating, but blow without stopping. Here's what that sounds like. So there was a whole note tied to a half note, tied to a half note, one continuous note. That's what the air has to do. Then when you add the articulations in, the air doesn't change. The tongue just sneaks in, interrupts the sound, and that's it. If you have any questions about that, please put them in the comments. Otherwise, let's get to playing this lesson. 1, 2. 1, 2, ready, go. One, 2. 1, 2, ready, go. One, 2. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2. 1, 2, ready, go. One, 2. 1, 2, ready, go. One, 2. 1, 2, ready, go. One, 2. 1, 2, ready, go. Before we get into number 8, we're going to play number 8 twice, or at least I am. Once at the slow speed, the only speed that we've gone so far, which is 60 beats per minute. And then we are going to do it again at 80 beats per minute. If you have a hard time with this speed jump, then what you'll have to do is do it on your own with incremental speed increase. We do want to be able to play slow and also fast and also all of the in-betweens. And for now, the best way to do that is to do it gradually. So if you can't make the 20 beat jump from 60 to 80, that's understandable. That's a big jump, especially for beginners. Although neither are particularly fast in the grand scheme of things, it still might be helpful to go 60 and then 65 and then 70 and then 75 and then finally 80 and maybe even beyond. We will do more of this in subsequent lessons where it'll have more of an impact because there's more moving notes, but just get used to the practice now. Here is number 8. 1, 2. 1, 2, ready, go. One, two, 1, 2, ready, go. And before we get to number 9 is a duet. There's a top part and a bottom part. And I will play the top part first, and then I will play the bottom part. That is not to say you must play the opposite part, although you should practice this with playing the opposite part as me. You can play the same part as me just to work on the consistency of that part, and then go back and do it again while playing the opposite part. A duet is two people playing at the same time. A lot of the times there's an important part and a subsequent part, but sometimes they're of equal parts. Try to play the same with the same intensity as me, which in this case is not very intense, no matter what part you're playing. That's all I have to say about that. Here's number 9. 1, 2. 1, 2, ready, go. One, two. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, thank you for doing Rubank number 2 with me. That's all. Number 3 will be literally the same day. I'll see you guys later. Bye.